Hello, welcome again to the Tristan channel. I'm going to be reacting to a different channel. This one is Shadowman, and this one is 5 ghost videos that'll give you the chills. As always, the link to this channel is in the description below, so go check it out. Let's see how spooky this gets.
Five scary ghost videos that'll give you chills. The Wizard's Apartment. Ihab Qasim is a YouTuber from Jordan, a country in the Middle East. He states on his channel that he is an explorer in the world of jinns and demons, and often promotes his Snapchat on his YouTube videos so his viewers can experience what he's seen in real time. And Ihab sees some really creepy and just plain weird things while exploring abandoned and rundown buildings. This video in particular of his is strangely titled, "I entered a wizard's house and it was a surprise." Now, I don't quite understand what that means, but the video is creepy nevertheless. The video starts out with Ihab recording what looks to be the front steps of an old abandoned apartment building with multiple doors and stair sets. Hesitantly, while saying his prayers, he opens the bright yellow-colored door and slowly walks in, not knowing what he's about to see with his own eyes.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Bismillah.
Less than a minute in, and Ihab gets his first jump scare. The bright yellow door mysteriously slams shut on its own. But this is only the start. He goes back outside to see if anyone was out there, pans around and doesn't see anything except for the door closing by itself once again, of course. At this stage, most people would probably call it a night, but as you've probably already guessed, by now Ihab is not most people. He decides to re-enter the apartment, and, well, things get a little weird.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم.
What he and you may have missed, but many of his viewers caught and made the explorer aware of, is this.
يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه.
A strange
See, I thought I saw something, but I wasn't quite sure. I was like, oh, but oh, I saw it.
shadow-like presence that appears to hide itself around the corner of the next room just as he pans the camera. But wait, it gets creepier than that. As Ihab is walking through the apartment, he pans around, not knowing that he captures another shadow-like something on camera.
كيف ضوء الشارع ضوء هذا عاكس بشكل بخوف وهذا
These two things were creepy, but of course, Ehab doesn't see them at the time, so he continues having a nosy around. That is until he's made aware that someone or something is in there with him.
يما بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله في حجابات بالدار في سحر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يما بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
After getting an initial fright from the water turning on, he walks into the room, shuts it off, only to be scared half to death by witnessing the hallway carpet runner bunching up on its own. And of course, this time he sees it, and pretty much leaves the apartment not long after this happens. Ihabwan Kosemehi is one brave guy. Even his English viewers can't believe some of the situations he puts himself in. And after 2 years of entertaining videos just like this, he's still uploading creepy content. For regular and up-to-date videos, check out his Snapchat where you'll no doubt catch some freaky stuff happening on a regular basis. The Rose. St. Bathans is a town in the South Island of New Zealand. It's a former gold and coal mining town known in the country for its paranormal activity. The settlement was a centre of the Otago gold rush, but mining has since long ceased and it is now a tranquil holiday retreat and now home to less than half a dozen people. In 1886...
Vulcan Hotel. Live long, is it?
However, St. Bathans was a bustling town with around 2,000 miners living in the immediate vicinity. The Vulcan Hotel, built in 1882, among a few other buildings in the small town, are said to be haunted by multiple supposed spirits. Weird and unexplainable things seen by tourists include old miners who appear to be transparent as they walk out of the town lake. Which doesn't sound too ridiculous because back in the day the town folk would actually dump their dead in this lake if they couldn't afford a proper funeral. In addition to this, there is apparently the ghost of a former female resident of the Vulcan Hotel, nicknamed the Rose. The Rose was a prostitute back in the 1800s who was unfortunately raped and then murdered after arguing with a client over the price. Ghost hunters Michael Hullows, Brad Hills and Caroline Taylor starred in a TV show called Ghost Hunt that aired in New Zealand back in 2005. The 10-episode series showed the group of 3 travelling the length of the country exploring the supposed most haunted hotspots, with the town of St. Bathans being one of them. Brad would typically sit in the back of the team's vehicle while the other 2 were sent inside to explore. In this episode, a few creepy things happened, 2 of which we'll take a look through. The first being when Michael was sent down to the lake after being told an EMF sensor had just been triggered.
Michael, we'll move on to your thorough investigation of the evening. How was your midnight dip?
It was incredibly dark, so I couldn't really see anything in that sense of even, in a swimming pool, you can, at night time when you jump into your friend's swimming pool, you're just certain that there's a shark. And knowing that I was swimming on top of the grave of those miners that had, still buried down there was doing my head in as well.
But you took plenty of photos, which was fantastic. This is one of the photos that you took, which is just randomly in the water. There wasn't much there. It's just to show that,
It was so dark underwater. I had pretty limited vision. I could probably see maybe about 10 or 15 feet in front of me, but that was just torchlight.
Yeah.
It was quite hard to see anything in my periphery.
Yeah. And this one, I think, is my favourite when it comes up. And
I took that.
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
It looks like this whole thing is a bit of a miner's helmet with the torch on the front. So maybe you did find one of the miners.
That'll teach me to go swimming in graves.
Perhaps Michael caught one of these so-called miners and or their old-style helmets on camera. But then again, it could have just been a piece of junk lying on the bed of the lake. The following is a little harder to explain as Michael once again captures something on camera.
Speaking of not being alone, this is on your walk through.
Oh! What was that? Is there a noise through here? I just heard a noise of like a teacup or something like that coming from the dining room. Just a teacup being knocked.
It took around about 3 shots. 2 of them were with the flash, and one of them, the flash, didn't work.
Right.
Now, previous to that, you were discussing the Rose and what she was wearing, and that people had seen her in the dining room, and she was very elegant, wearing a white dress. Yeah. And the shot that you took without the flash was that. And as we go through and just begin to light up.
Oh, that's horrible.
What is it? What is it? It's...
Oh.
Looks a bit like a head with hair and an arm and a torso and legs.
Wow.
It even looks like... it looks very feminine. And it looks like someone's reclining with a hand at the back, sort of saying, hello, boys. But it's...
Like I said before, this one's a little more difficult to debunk. I mean, it looks scary and lines up with what previous visitors to the Vulcan Hotel have mentioned they've seen. So, could this have been the Rose, the seductive-looking prostitute apparition that many people have said they've seen over the years? Could this place really be haunted? Hands on. Fourth wall.
Hey, that was freaky. That was freaky, wasn't it?
Is a Japanese YouTube channel that uploads paranormal and creepy videos. In this particular video of theirs, I assume the original uploader travels to Tokyo Disney with what looks to be their family. The background of the video is mostly blurred as to keep the privacy of the public. Everything looks like it's going well, and the family are having a great time as you...
Sorry, I know it sounds silly, but... to be fair, I know I look stupid, but... I didn't know they had a Disney in Tokyo, in Japan. You learn something every day.
Until the family board the Jungle Cruise boat ride.
Oh, I think I've seen this. We saw this in a video, didn't we? I think it's like a girl or something, ghost girl or something on the back of a boat or a creature or whatever.
In case you missed it, here it is again. As the person holding the camera pans around towards the back of the boat, they unknowingly capture a grey-looking hand reaching up and onto the boat. This wouldn't be a problem or even creepy if...
Yeah, it was in the other, one of the other videos I've done, watched.
If it was part of the Disney experience, but I've been on that ride myself and I'm almost certain that this does not happen throughout any part of the ride. But who knows, perhaps this is just another fake. I'm sure you guys will let me know what you think about it in the comments section down below. Lurking in the shadows. Gundry or Glass Hospital in Baltimore was originally a women's sanitarium in the early 1900s through to the late 1980s. However, in 1988, psychiatrist Dr. Sheldon Glass expanded the facility as a psychiatric hospital for children. The hospital facility closed in 1998 and the building has remained vacant ever since. Dan Bell is an urban explorer, YouTuber and filmmaker. He's explored some of the best rundown buildings in America. His goal primarily is to document the history of these old buildings and such before they're torn down. However, in this particular video of Dan's, he gets more on camera than he initially thought he would. As he explores the beautiful old house, Dan unknowingly captures what appears to be a shadow in the next room over. But this wasn't all he accidentally caught on camera that day. As Dan enters another area of the house, his camera sees something that he doesn't. Taking a closer look, it seems as if someone or something is watching Dan through a hole in a door. All of this usually wouldn't be any cause for concern, but Dan was exploring this building on his own. Not only did he capture a shadow and something through a hole in a door, but he also unknowingly caught what his viewers think could be an EVP. What sounds like the words, "I was shot right there," has been heard by many of his avid viewers. Let me know if you can hear it. So, is this place possibly haunted, or could it all simply be occupied by stealthy homeless people? You can be the judge of that for yourself. Check out Dan.
But why would they say, "Oh, I was shot right there"? That was like proper freaky, wasn't it? Woo.
Channel for the full video. Till Chris and me. Most of you would have heard of Ricky Velasquez, and that's because he's uploaded some of the best paranormal content from Mexico for years now. Ricky doesn't seem to have the best quality video when it comes to resolution and such, but his viewers don't seem to care all that much because the content itself is so intriguing. In this hour-plus long livestream of his, he explores what looks to be an old log house, situated on the outskirts of town, known in the area to be haunted by a woman and her daughter. And Ricky being Ricky, he records the entire livestream in almost complete darkness. Ricky Velasquez and what looks to be his daughter and or family member start by entering the large log-style house and walk around inside. The two don't see or hear anything really. That is until about 19 minutes into the live stream when all of a sudden they both hear what sounds like a very faint voice of a child. See if you can hear it.
No mami, no idea.
Ricky.
Ricky's commenters believe that the faint voice is possibly that of a young girl saying the Spanish words, "Tu crees en mí," which basically translates to, "You believe in me." His commenters also suggest that this could make sense, as if this is real, the supposed spirits may somehow feel trapped. Surprised with what they've just heard, Ricky decides to take out a few pieces of equipment, one of which being his SLS camera. He turns the camera on and immediately points it towards the door they had both just heard the child's voice coming from. Initially, they don't see anything, but then this happens.
Ricky. Hi, Ricky. Ricky.
There's two figures, one tall, one small one.
No, Ricky. Ricky.
Madre, eso es eso, güey, neta, ¿qué pedo?
Standing there in the doorway is exactly what many others have said they've seen in the past. The outline of what appears to be a woman-like figure holding hands with a child. You can tell Ricky and his family member are beyond frightened by the sound of not only their breathing, but their voices as well. And I don't blame them one little bit. I would be out of there so quick. But not Ricky. Despite seeing this, Ricky sticks around for another 45 odd minutes and manages to capture one or even both of the apparitions again on his SLS camera.
Oh, Ricky, no, Ricky.
This time round, however, Ricky almost immediately runs after the supposed spirits, pans his camera but doesn't see a thing. To me, in my opinion, this feels a lot more genuine than most other videos. But what do you think of it all? Could this be real? There is so much more to this video that I obviously couldn't fit in. But if you did have time to check out the full livestream, click on over to his channel, Ricky Velasquez.
May just do that. And also, it didn't match any sticky bits like it normally does on the SLS, which is interesting. Well. Well, there you go. That was good, wasn't it? They weren't. That's well, apart from that woman with a head like that. Oh, yeah, some freaky ones there, weren't there? Yeah, it's good, wasn't it? Might do some more of this channel. Who knows? I'll try and mix it up a bit, sort of thing. Yeah. So, what do you think in the comments and stuff? So let me know what you think. You know, be sure to put something in the comments. You know, let me know what your thoughts are on the video and stuff, and which one made your hair stand up. So yeah, if you a link to his channel is in the description below. If you like this video, give it a like, please. A lot of people watch been looking at videos, and if you do like them, please hit the like. It's important that you like them because that helps as well. And plus, it lets me know which videos are popular, because then I know what to work with. So if you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe. That'd be awesome. I'd love you forever. And I know you're awesome. You know, and there's loads of things on YouTube. You know, if you want to, you know, just if you're bored, you can come here and check this. You know, watch my channel and stuff like that. At some point, and I've been saying it for quite a bit in some other videos, but I will do my own ghost hunting. I will get around to doing it. Pardon me. So yeah. So if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. If you like the video, hit the like, and also hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until next time, folks, take care.